Welcome back. All right, so some news of the day for all you fine people for your July the 11th or 7/11, which 7/11 day. So free Slurpee, right? I know they have that here. I would imagine that's everywhere around North America. Anyways, if you don't get a free Slurpee, apologies. Iginla has signed his entry level contract with the Utah hockey team today. I was looking for a name and I'm like, right, yeah, they don't have it yet, but it'll be the Utah Yeti, and then we'll have that debate at that time. But Iginla signs his entry level contract, so he is the first official draft pick of the Utah Hockey Club. And yeah, everything's always wonderful in the offseason, of course. We'll see how things go once his career gets started at the NHL level, and we'll see how long it takes for him to get there. Does he play in year one? Ty Emberson signs a 1 year deal with the San Jose Sharks worth $950,000. He was a waiver wire pickup for them, and he turned out pretty well. It was not a great year for the blue line, of course, in San Jose, but I thought Emberson was pretty good in the top six role, and he'll have another year to show what he can do for the San Jose Sharks. J.J. Moser, acquired from Utah by Tampa Bay in the Sergachev deal, has signed a 2 year extension for $3.75 million per season. So again, while 14 players filed for arbitration, that number is going to just drop way off. Moser, another one off the board for arbitration. $3.75 million cap hit, I think, could end up looking like a bargain for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I like Moser a lot. We'll see how things go for him in Tampa. The New York Islanders signed Liam Foudy, and that's a name that I don't think I've said very much on the channel at all for the last couple of years. It's a 1 year, two-way deal for Foudy at the NHL level. It's a $775,000 contract. If he plays in the AHL, it's at a rate of $225,000. It's a guaranteed contract of $275,000 in the event he spends the whole season in the AHL. Last year he played for Nashville, had 12 games played there, had 3 assists. He was a number 18 pick in 2018 by the Columbus Blue Jackets. I liked Foudy a lot for that one season, and then he just didn't follow that up with a lot at the NHL level. So we'll see. For the New York Islanders, they get a young player who wasn't qualified by the Nashville Predators, so he went to the UFA market. Could be a decent little pickup at the very least. Maybe he's going to be a good scorer for Bridgeport. We shall see. Ryan Suter signs a 1 year deal with the St. Louis Blues worth $775,000. Now that's a bargain, but there are performance bonuses baked into this, which can add up to $2.25 million in total. So if he hits all those performance totals, that's going to, of course, be applied to the following year's salary cap. But adding Suter as a depth defenseman for St. Louis, I mean, he'll probably be on the third pairing. Shouldn't cause any problems for him. He's coming off of a rough year in Dallas, so we'll see how things go for him in St. Louis. Rod Brind'Amour admitting that it was difficult watching as free agent frenzy plays itself out and a lot of big names go out the door for Carolina. But he also follows that up with how it's going to be nice to see some guys get an opportunity to show what they can do for the Carolina Hurricanes, and that he's excited about the new additions as well. They lost some defensemen, they added some defensemen. For Carolina, I don't think the downgrade is going to be huge this season, but of course, we still don't know what's going to happen with Natchez and whether or not they might hold on to him and sign him or if they're going to trade him. But for Carolina, as long as they got Rod Brind'Amour behind the bench, they should at the very least have a pretty strong regular season and be dangerous come playoff time. And then we get into that conversation about whether or not they're going to be able to win a Stanley Cup in the coming seasons, which is where Barry Trotz wants to see Nashville. He wants to see the Nashville Predators win a cup this coming year. And he went into the offseason with the mind of adding offense as well as adding winners. And he got both in Stamkos and Marchessault. Players who have Stanley Cup rings. Marchessault, of course, with the Conn Smythe Trophy. He did pretty well right there. And so he's pretty happy about what he's been able to do so far. He wants to bring a championship to Nashville. And he talked about how, players like how Nashville treats its players and the city and all that. And it's true. I've never heard anything bad about Nashville from players who've played there that I can remember. So yeah, Barry Trotz, who was a coach, now is the general manager in Nashville, saying the only difference between being a coach and being a general manager when it comes to all the free agency and everything is there's less patience. So he finds he has a little less patience as general manager. I'd also throw in there as you get older, the patience kind of falls away a little bit because you're like, yeah, I don't have time for this. And you mean it. But at any rate, Trotz, I think, has done a good job with the additions in the offseason thus far. I'll do a video on them soon, I would imagine, as I continue to look through just the teams, how they've done in the offseason thus far. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Are the Nashville Predators a contender? Yes, no, why not? Let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.